Greetings to everybody, wherever you are. How are you? Welcome to another hour of Q&A live. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please let me know whether the audio is working okay. Happy to see you all again. Are you mindful? Are you happy? If you have any question, please let me know. From Savika Vorata, can I stay in Thailand? Yes, if you can come. I'm not sure if you can come now or not. I think the country hasn't yet opened. From Naomi Jonas, good morning Ajahn, thank you for doing this Q&A with much gratitude. You always inspire me to put forth more effort. I am doing a retreat on my own from tonight until Tuesday morning. That's very good. Keep doing it. Make it part of your life. Life is a retreat. Life is a meditation retreat. Nothing else matters. Because it's meditation retreat that will make your mind happy. Nothing else in this world will make your mind truly happy except your meditation practice. So try to do as much practice as possible. From Naomi Jonas, the audio is working well. Thank you. From Kenneth Hunt, good evening Thanajan. Sound and vision are very clear. Thank you. How are you, Ken? Are you teaching today? From Czech Ling Tan, greetings Thanajan. Very happy to see you. The audio and picture is very clear. Thank you. From Gavin Deepong, hello Ajahn. I just wanted to send my deepest gratitude to Thanajan for providing so many different formats of Dhamma teaching. Coming across your teaching starting with the English translation of Longta Mahabhu's Desana talks and books, reading your Dhamma books in English, and also listening to your collection of that YouTube talks has profoundly changed my life. I am able to understand the majority of your desanas in Thai, but really struggle to understand any of Longta's talks in Thai. Prior to coming across your teaching and translations, I feel like a leaf in the wind searching for purpose and direction in life. Both your live Zoom meetings and live Q&A are extremely helpful to proceed smoothly while practicing. The former is nice to say hi in person. The Q&A I feel is much more efficient. I greatly appreciate both. I feel the best way to repay a teacher and show gratitude for their metta in teaching is to show progress in the results. I am continuing to practice as best as I can to hopefully reach the first level of Sotapanna while we are both still in this physical world. Having Ajahn as a teacher is an incredible opportunity. Thank you so much. You are welcome. very happy to hear that you are benefiting from our meeting. I hope you will advance quickly in your practice. From Jiranan Jingjit, Namaskaran Ka Prajan, Sadhu. From Tavisa FK, Namaskaran Ka. From Gleb Aldrich, hello Ajahn, practicing more today. Have to work for a few hours, but we'll be back for more practice. Yes, practice, practice, practice. That's the word, that's the key word. The next one is mindfulness, mindfulness, mindfulness. Then progress will come with practice, mindfulness, mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is the key. You need to have the key to open up the door to Magga, Phala and Nibbana. And you need mindfulness to do that. From Satyaku, good morning Ajahn. Hope Ajahn is keeping well and may Ajahn enjoy good health always. Thank you Satyaku. How are you? Hope you are well yourself. From Naomi Jonas, part of me thinks the best thing for me would be to live permanently at a monastery, but I can't seem to let go of the feeling of safety I have with my husband. I would feel guilty to break my promise to him, and I also have doubts that I can live alone. Happily, since my concentration is not consistent yet, if I keep up my practice and do retreats, as much as I can within my current situation, do you think I will eventually be able to completely let go? That depends on the result. If you get more result, you'll have more strength to let go, because you will see that it's better to get result from meditation practice than anything else. So just keep on pushing your practice. Do as much as you can. Don't worry about whether you will be able to do it or not. Eventually, you'll come to the point where you will feel confident that you can leave everything behind. So just keep on practicing mindfulness and meditation, anapanasati, and also contemplation of impermanence. Life is impermanent. Everything you have is impermanent. Sooner or later, you will have to be separated. Here's a question from Deborah Jonas, Toronto, submitted to assistant.ajahn@gmail.com. No question today, but thank you, Ajahn, for all of your Dhamma. I am overwhelmed with gratitude that you can answer my personalized questions, and you can answer giving me the wisdom I need to continue to progress. Even though I don't have much time to practice now, I ask the question to you knowing that I won't be able to ask them forever, as we are anicca. Nobody has ever been able to answer my questions in a way that I could accept and understand the answers until you, Ajahn. I am very grateful. You are welcome. I hope that you will be able to practice more. But don't get frustrated now when you cannot do it. Just accept it's part of your karma, that you are still stuck with whatever you are stuck with. But try to release yourself from them by contemplating on death and separation and anicca. From KB Leong, good morning Ajahn. It has been 8 months since I met you at Wat Yan. I am adjusting to Pavana at home due to COVID-19 in Malaysia, and it has been 8 months now. Never easy, but something I need to make it work with discipline, willpower and faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Sadhu Ajahn for all your guidance, teaching and direct advice in many Q&A with you. You are welcome. Just practice wherever you are. Don't worry about the location. If you can find a better location, yes, do it. But if you cannot, just stick with wherever you are and do as much as possible. It's better than not doing anything at all. From Ahmed Zaki, dear Ajahn, I am Ahmed from Egypt. I have learned a lot from your videos. I have a question. Did the Lord Buddha, after enlightenment, felt anger but didn't act upon the anger? Or he felt just, or he felt lust? No, he didn't feel these things. No anger, no lust. His mind is pure from anger and lust forever. Do the Arahant feel those feelings? No, they don't. Anger, lust, jealousy, nothing. Their mind is empty of emotion. Or it doesn't arise at all after he attains the Arahantship. That's right. No love, hate, delusion, fear. The mind is pure of these emotions. Only filled with supreme happiness. Nibbanang paramang sukhang. Nibbanang paramang sunyang. Completely empty of all dukkha, emotions. But they do have feelings, but they don't act to feelings with emotions. They either react or not react. If they react rationally, or else they just leave it alone. From Naomi Jonas, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Thank you so much for your guidance. I have been doing a lot of death contemplation throughout the day, and it always calms my mind down. Yes, death contemplation is good, but if you feel any remorse, if you feel sad from contemplating, then you should stop. Sometimes your mind might react negatively to death contemplation. If you feel sad and you feel despair, then maybe you have to stop and calm your mind with other methods like Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto or Anapanasati, until your mind becomes calm enough to contemplate on death again. From Ahmed Zaki, thank you Ajahn. Here's a question from Ivy Lu. If I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. What's the difference between mind and heart? Actually, it's the same thing. It's the spiritual part of us, the one who thinks and the one who knows. It's the mind and heart. In Pali we call it citta and mano. Citta is the mind, mano is the heart. They are referring to the same thing, although they are considered separately. Citta deals with the intellect, while mano deals with the emotion or the knowing. But usually these are the same thing. We are talking about the same thing, so don't worry. Sometimes they are used interchangeably. They remind you the emotion, the knowing, the thinking part of us. They have feeling like what, Ajahn? Well, they can feel hunger, they can feel pain, this sort of thing. But they don't have any emotion toward them. They just merely knowing them for what they are and not reacting to them with joy or with sadness, for instance. Isn't love, hate, lust, sad, happy, and all these are feelings. I'm talking about the physical feelings, not the mental feelings. There's no mental feeling, but they still have physical feelings. Like when they have a stomach ache, like when they fall down and hurt themselves physically. This they still can feel. Or when the body gets sick, they still have this feeling, this physical feeling, the feeling of the body. It's not the feeling, it's the body's feeling that they still experience with their mind. From Satyaku, dear Ajahn, I am well, thank you. Is every happening a result of karma, or are there other cause factions? Thank you. Not everything happens due to karma. There are things also that happen that affect us, like the economy, like the weather, the storms, and so forth. So it's only some of them are caused by our act, by our karma. If you want to summarize, you can summarize that birth is the result of our past karma. Once we are born, then we are subjected to aging, sickness, and death, separation, and whatever happens in our life. So, in order to stop this, you have to stop birth by stop your cravings. Once no birth, then there will be no consequence of your karma anymore. From 10 back soon. How do I reduce mental proliferation in the mind during meditation? You just have to keep focus on your meditation object and ignore everything. Ignore the thoughts that keep coming up. Just focus on your meditation object. Eventually, they will disappear if you don't give them any attention. Just keep focus on your meditation object. Be mindful. Ivy Louis, what's the difference between mind and heart? I think I have answered your question already. It's the same thing. It refers to the non-physical part of us, which has emotion and thoughts, feelings, perception, so forth. From Ahmed Zaki, thank you so much, Ajahn. Sadhu, sadhu. From Darren Williams. Hello Ajahn, can you tell me about Asupa Bhavana as a dual means to overcome lust and to enter jhana? Can you tell me how it is done? Yes, you can use Asupa like the 32 parts of the body as your meditation object by first reciting the names of the 32 parts, such as hair of the head, hair of the body, nail, teeth, skin, bones, marrow, bone marrows, sinew, heart, lungs, and so forth. Just go through the name first, the 32 names of the body parts. Both go in the forward direction and in the reverse direction. This will force you to be mindful, and it will then calm your mind in the process. And eventually you want to visualize each part to see them as they are. Visualize the hair of the head, hair of the body, the nail, the teeth, the skin, the bones, the skeletons, the heart, the lungs, and so forth. If you don't have a visual yet, you can look up in the anatomy book, or if you like, you can go and attend an autopsy session in the hospital where they teach medical students. Then you can see all the different parts of the body, and then you try to visualize them when you meditate until they can be established in your mind forever. Then anytime when you have lust, you can use this to get rid of your lust. Anytime you want to calm your mind to enter jhana, you can visualize these parts and get you into jhana. If not, you can use it as a preliminary meditation object to calm your lust. And then after your mind is calm, then you can then concentrate on anapanasati to get you into jhana eventually. From Jane Lee, morning Ajahn. When I am doing meditation, suddenly emotional like angry come out. How I need control it, thank you. When you are sidetracked by your anger, then you should switch your meditation object to metta. You have to be forgiving. Forgive other people who cause you anger. If you cannot use metta, then you have to recite a mantra like Bhutto, 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 or do some chanting to take your mind away from the object of your anger. So you can do either use metta, that is you have to forgive everybody. Sabbe satta avera hontu. May all beings have no ill will toward each other. If you cannot forgive, then you should use mantra to stop your mind from thinking about the person or thing that made you angry, or chanting. Jane Lee Asupa. From Gleb Aldrich, thank you Ajahn. I have been sticking with my body movement throughout the day as parikrama, then going to breath informal meditation. When everything is going well, I can sometimes perceive other body as just biological puppets, buildings and things, as just temporarily held together. Thank you so much for your teaching. Yes, actually the body is like a building built by the four elements: the earth, the water, the fire, and the wind elements. There is no self in this body. It's our perception, our misunderstanding that to think that the body, there's a self in the body, that we are part of the body. We are just merely connected to the body, but not parts of the body. And eventually, our connection will be severed one day when the body stops functioning. From Forest Town. Good morning, Ajahn. Thank you for offering your teachings. When we recite a mantra like Bhutto, should we think of the Buddha or just use the sound of the word without thinking of the meaning? Just use the sound. Just focus on the word Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. You don't need to visualize. If you want to visualize, you can do that also. If it works for you, visualize as you recite Bhutto, Bhutto, or eventually stop reciting and just visualize the object of the Buddha, the visual of the Buddha in your mind. This can also calm and concentrate your mind. From Tan Bak Soon. What is Kammatthana? The Kammatthana are subject of meditation. They are objects of meditation, objects that you can use to develop mindfulness and jhana, such as anapanasati or Bhutto. These are all Kammatthanas, or Asupa, or the contemplation of death. These are all part of the 40 Kammatthanas. Is it any subject that we can choose to contemplate on? Yes, it depends on what you do. If you want to develop mindfulness, usually you need to use the body. You need to use to focus your body movement when you are in action. When you do things, you can use your body movement as your kammatthana to develop mindfulness, to keep your mind away from thinking about other things. Concentrate on what your body is doing. Or you can use a mantra like Bhutto instead. This is the first kammatthana you would use to develop mindfulness first. But once you have mindfulness and when you want to meditate, then you can use anapanasati. You can use the breath, the in and out breath as your object of focus, of concentration. So it depends on your situation, where you are, what you do, and what you want. If you want wisdom, then you have to contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta of the body. You have to contemplate on birth, aging, sickness, and death, and separation of the 32 parts of the body, or the 10 stages of the corpse, to get wisdom. From Sabrina Sage. Good morning, Ajahn. I feel when I talk to people, I get their fear and insecurities. How can I stay grounded in my own energy? Thank you. You just keep focusing on your talk and disregard your feeling. Just concentrate on what you're gonna say. Concentrate on what you think before you say. And if you should feel whatever other people feeling, you just disregard them. Don't pay any attention to them. Just stay focused on your action, whether you are thinking, saying, or doing something. If your mind keeps thinking about other people's feelings, you can use a mantra to stop it if you're not talking. Just recite Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. If you cannot, then you just have to accept that this is part of your character. But don't react to what you feel. From Savika Varata, what do I do with bullies? You just leave them alone, ignore them, and try to stay away from them if you can. If you cannot, then you just have to submit yourself to that is the consequence of your karma, that you have to run into people like this, and try to stay calm as much as possible by reciting a mantra, Bhutto, 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 and just leave the bullies alone. Don't react to them. From Ivy Louis, sorry Ajahn, I missed the answer, thank you. Appreciate your kindness. I'm sorry because I don't think I see your question, so I don't think I have answered your question yet. You have to resubmit your question again if you want me to answer them. From Satyaku, dear Ajahn, in working towards our goal for the fulfillment of our spiritual aspirations, and also in training the heart towards liberation, how can we arrive at them successfully by using the four Itipada, Chanta, Viriya, Citta, Vimamsa? You use the four Itipada to apply to assist your practice, but you have to enjoy. Chanda means enjoying what you do, so you have to enjoy developing mindfulness. The way to enjoy is to think of the result that you will get from developing mindfulness. You will get jhana, you will get peace of mind. When you know the result that you will get from your practice, then you will have jhana, you will have chanda, you have viriya. Effort will come naturally once you enjoy what you do, and you will only focus and concentrate on developing mindfulness. Citta is focus. Vimamsa is to think about developing mindfulness. So you have to know what you will get from your practice. Then you will have chanta, viriya, citta, vimamsa. You have to think of the result that you will get from developing mindfulness. Mindfulness will lead you to jhana, will lead you to wisdom, will lead you to eventually liberation. Number 2, in terms of Buddhist practice, when working on our meditation, it is worldly or inappropriate to talk about goals and successes. By using this four Iddhipada to review, if we are going in the right direction and coming to the right result. Thank you, Ajahn. In terms of Buddhist practice, when working on our meditation, it is worldly or inappropriate to talk about goals and successes. By using this four Iddhipada to review, if we are going in the right direction and coming to the right result. Thank you. Yes, we want to stop thinking as much as possible, even thinking about the result that we have achieved. Because whatever we have achieved, we know it already, so there's no need to review or to think about it. Just to keep on focusing on your mindfulness, developing mindfulness, to be able to stop your mind from thinking, so that you can then enter into jhana and get the result. The result doesn't come by thinking about it, but by developing mindfulness, by practicing mindfulness. From Darren Williams, Ajahn, when practicing anapanasati, should the focus be on the breath at the tip of the nose, upper lip, like Pak Ok Sayadaw suggests? Yes, this is the method. Just focus on the tip of your nose. Don't follow your breath in or out. Stay fixed on one point. You want to concentrate, you want to unite your mind to become one. So you don't want to move the point of focus, because that will mean the mind will have to be working. You want to stop the mind from working. So you want to keep the mind focused on just one point, at one point. I think, or should it be inclusive of the whole body, like Ajahn Lee suggests? I think if you are highly advanced in your focus, you might be able to focus the whole body if you like. But for beginners, I think you should focus on just the tip of the nose first. Personally, I haven't found any success with both methods. That's because you haven't done enough of it yet, or your mindfulness is not strong enough to stay focused on your breath. Your mind still keeps thinking about this and that. So you will need to develop more mindfulness before you can achieve any result. So try to be mindful when you're not meditating also. Focus on either on your body action or on a mantra like Bhutto Bhutto, to stop your mind from wandering, thinking aimlessly. From Czech Link 10, dear Thanajan, I know that your birthday is coming up November 2nd, so I would like to wish Thanajan happy birthday in advance. Actually, this is an extra special day for me because it is also my mom's birthday. So because of this day, I am born with a body, and even more special, my spiritual self is born from the Dhamma teaching of Thanajan because of this day. When my great teacher is born, I know Thanajan has nothing and doesn't need anything from us. I will be keeping the 8 precepts for 4 days this week, Friday to Monday, and we will also be making a donation to the Puru's 80 school. I will keep on practicing and not giving up, like you always advise us, as a way to express my immense gratitude to Thanajan. Thank you. It's better to celebrate the no birthday, the no born day. Birth is suffering, so it's not good to be born. So it's better to stop birth, and once you can stop birth, then you can use that day as a celebration. I will no longer take birth. This is the goal that we should point to, not our birthday. Our birthday has already come and gone. What we should look forward to is our no birthday, no born day, in which we will not take up any birth anymore. From Nobiti, Namaskaran Ajahn. Here's another question submitted to assistant.Ajahn Suchart from Chong CG, Singapore. Can Ajahn advise me where I can go to practice meditation in Singapore? I heard there's a temple called Wat Yannasangwararam. I think you can go there and then they will let you know where you can go to meditate. There's Ajahn King. He's also of the Thai forest tradition. He's Singaporean. I think he is the chief monk at Wat Yannasangwararam, and he also have a meditation temple, I think in Malaysia near the Singapore border. So just go to Wat Yannasangwararam and you can then inquire where you can go for meditation practice. I think they do have meditation courses at Wat Yannasangwararam also. Or you can ask my assistant Annie by sending the email to. You already sent the email, so maybe my assistant can tell you about Wat Yannasangwararam if she's listening. From Ivy Louis, what's the difference between heart and mind? I missed the answer, sorry, thank you. Heart and mind is the non-physical part of us, the knowing, the thinking part of us. So we use these two words interchangeably. Sometimes we call it the heart, sometimes we call it mind. But we are talking about the non-physical part of us, the spiritual part of us, that can think, that knows, that can feel, that can perceive. This is the heart and mind, not the body. The body is made from the four elements. It cannot think or feel anything. From William Barbour, Ajahn, if one loses sila, can one lose connection with the Buddha? You can always bring your sila back. When you lose one precept, you can then just re-establish, re-keep the precept. It's not losing permanently. See? For instance, today you lose the fifth precept, you want to take a drink. So if you want to maintain the precept, then try to keep it the next time. When somebody asks you to go have a drink, then you just have to refuse them. It has nothing to do with connecting with the Buddha. Yeah. Whether you keep the precept or not. You have lost the connection with the Buddha's teaching, but not with the Buddha himself. From Checkling 10, I think Ajah's birthday is a gratitude day for us students. Hopefully one day, as your student, we can have the unbirthday. That would be the ultimate way for us to repay our great teacher. That's what the Buddha expects from all of us, is to give homage by practicing, following his teaching. The Buddha said, whoever practices following my teaching is the one who truly pay me respect and homage and gratitude. So just keep practicing mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom, and keeping the sila pure as much as possible. From Ong Apprentice, could Luang Por please help me understand about the band of bandits in the investigating Avijja that Luang Por translated? It says that the flow of our Avijja spread like branches, like when we chase a band of bandits, which usually are the followers. We must keep chasing these bandits until all of them arrested. The chief will be found in a very important hiding place, which is well secured and protected, guarded by the members of the band. Who are these bandits? in us, and where and how to arrest the avijja, and how to find the leader, because the chief is hiding well in a secure place. These bandits are our greed, hate, and delusion that avijja send out toward the thing in this world, like all the sensual objects. We greed for sight, sound, smell, taste, and tactile objects. We greed for money, we greed for status, we greed for praises, we greed for happiness from sensual objects. These are the bandits that we have to arrest them by developing mindfulness and meditation. See, we have to stop desiring, having sensual desire, for instance, or have the desire to be somebody or something. These are the bandits that we have to cut them off, arrested them by stopping them from doing, by pushing us to go after things in this world, by using sila, the 8 precepts, by using mindfulness, by stop thinking, because this bandit needs thinking to be able to come out. If you don't think about food, then you will not have greed for food. If you don't think of movies, you will have no greed for movies, so forth. So you need to have Dhamma to stop these bandits. Your sensual desire, your anger, these are the bandits that you will have to stop by practicing meditation. Once you have stopped them from working from outside first, then you have to come and stop them from working with the body, feeling, and then eventually you will then get to inside the mind, where the avijja is rested, is residing. So you have to practice following the 4 foundations of mindfulness. First develop mindfulness, and then develop jhana with meditation practice. Once you have jhana, then you want to stop your desire for external things first, things that are outside of your body, like the sensual objects and money and fame and so forth. Once you can stop this desire, then you want to stop your desire toward your body and feelings. Let go of your attachment to your body and your feeling, and then you will then come to the mind. That's where you will come face to face with avijja. The chief will be found in a very important hiding place, which is well secure and protected, guarded by the members of the band. Who are these bandits in us, and where and how to arrest the avijja, and how to find the leader, because the chief is hiding well in a secure place. I think I have answered this part of the question. Practicing according to the 4 foundations of mindfulness, you will then arrest the bandit first. The bandit that goes to the sensual objects, the bandit that goes to attach to the body, to the feelings. Once you have got rid of them, then you will then be inside the mind. That's why you will then come to face with avijja, the attachment to the mind. From Satyaku, thank you very much, Ajahn, for your guidance. Also wishing Ajahn happy birthday, and may Ajahn have many more birthdays to come in this life. I am sure Ajahn will have no more birthday after this life. Yes, this is the birthday gift, is to have no more birthday. Because with every birthday there is aging, sickness, death and separation, which means dukkha or suffering. So please aim at having no more birthday, no more rebirth. by stopping your cravings, the sensual pleasure cravings, cravings for being and craving for not being. By practicing mindfulness, samadhi and wisdom. From all apprentice is achieved different from one person to another person. That's why Luang Por said that we have to work on things that each individual is attached to. I think basically it's the same thing. But we might have preferences. We might like different objects, like different food, different sound, different movies, for instance. But it's still the same thing. It's still this craving for things that we have to stop, because craving causes dukkha or suffering. So we have to stop our cravings for sensual objects, craving for beings, which ultimately means craving for jhana, rupa jhana, and craving for not being, which ultimately means craving for arupa jhana. When your mind has developed higher, you will eventually have jhanas automatically, and then you become attached to jhanas. Then you have to get rid of your attachment to jhana by seeing that jhanas are also impermanent. These are the higher fetters, the five higher fetters. Is attachment to rupa jhana and arupa jhana, attachment to self, and attachment to the mind itself. You have to practice. You'll be able to see it as you advance in your practice. Right now, try to cut off your attachment to external things first. Then try to cut off your attachment to your body and feeling. Then you'll get to come to see the attachment to the mind. It's very hard to explain. It's better to see it for yourself. From Darren Williams, Ajahn, if I'm not finding the time to do sitting meditation like monks, but practicing mindfulness as long as possible all day, every day, will I be able to enter jhana, the sutta jhana? It's very difficult. You're still moving to enter into jhana. You have to be still. Your body have to be still. And I'm pretty sure that you have time to sit. You just have to trade off what you do, like watching movie or doing something for entertainment. You should use your entertainment time for meditation instead. We all have time to meditate. Like Ajahn Chah said, if you can breathe, if you have time to breathe, then you have time to meditate. Also, if samadhi is not possible for me during these times, would you recommend dry vipassana? No, because vipassana is useless without samadhi, without jhana. So you have time to meditate. It's just your aversion to meditation that keeps you away from meditating. So you have to overcome this aversion. If you can sit down and watch a movie, you should be able to sit down and meditate. Just sit down and watch your breath instead of watching the movie. Or when you work on the computer, you have to sit down. So stop working on the computer and watch your breath instead. You have time, it's just your aversion that makes you feel that you don't have time to meditate. From Ong Apprentice, thank you, Luang Po, I understand it. You're welcome. From Jack Ling Tan, dear Tan Ajahn, what are the signs to indicate that one has strong mindfulness? The signs that you don't think as much. You're not restless or agitated. You're calm and peaceful, even when you're not meditating. You have more equanimity. That's part of the results of having mindfulness. You have less reaction to things and people. And when you meditate, you can enter into jhana very quickly, like 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left. So if you have any question, you can still send them in. If you're typing the question now, you can still type them. If you haven't yet typed, but you're about to start typing, you can also do that. But if anything more than that, I think you will have to wait for the next session, because I will have to stop after 1 hour. From Sweet and greeting Ajahn, I hope you are doing well. After we cut off the attachment of our body, we will then work on the feelings. Is the feeling here referred to bodily feeling and mental feeling? First the bodily feeling first. Then after that, then you go to the mental feeling when you enter the mind. When you have to let go of the mind, you are letting go of your mental feelings. So first body, feeling, and then mind. From Darren Williams, a super pavana for the Win XD. I'm not sure what the XD means. I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with these initials. A super pavana for the Win XD. Maybe this is a new terminology. I'm the old generation, I'm not the X generation. So I might not understand some of your language. From Gleb Aldrich, mindfulness first. Yes, everything have to start with mindfulness. Without mindfulness, nothing can happen. No jhana, no wisdom, no vipassana. If you have vipassana, it will be fake vipassana, not real vipassana. You will not be able to get rid of your attachment, your cravings, without jhana. So you need mindfulness to get into jhana, to get to equanimity. Once you're equanimity, then you can use wisdom to cut off your cravings and attachment permanently. From Matthew Khan, Sadhu, Sadhu. From Darren Williams, I still don't understand your emoji. From Sweetan, thank you Ajahn for answering our questions. From Emily, hi Emily and Matthew, I hope you both are well. Okay, I think that's about it for today. 1 hour exactly. Thank you for your participation. Enjoy talking to you, enjoying answering your questions. If you have any more questions, please send them in the next time. In the meantime, please stay mindful and stay wise by contemplating on anicca, impermanence, to cut off your attachment to think in this world, because you cannot take anything with you when you die. Okay, from Tavisa FK, today I will not be lazy to practice meditation. Thank you, Prajan, very much for your kindness that prompts and teaches the Dhamma. For Matthew Khan, we are well, thank you, Ajahn. Naberti Vandami Ajahn Satu. Okay, thank you once again. Please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay mindful. Goodbye for now.